everybody. Welcome to episode 186 of the Baseball Brew Crew Podcast. We are keeping baseball history alive, one craft beer at a time. Wherever you are watching or listening to us, please give us a like and a follow. And if you love beer with your baseball, please tell a friend. Yes, let's get to it. Oh my God, Kevin. Are you okay?
That wasn't my Steve Weiser.
Here is the lineup card for today.
Ladies and gentlemen, now batting, the Squared Circle Diamond King, number 24, the Big Hurt, Allan Jepsen.
Yes. How are you tonight? And I see you have your green on. Very nicely done.
Only one, looks like.
Oh, sorry. I have some green on my yard goats.
Don't take off your shirt.
I'm not taking off my shirt. Sorry, sir. Won't take off the shirt.
I'm okay now.
Batting second is the field correspondent and senior research analyst at the Baseball Brew Crew. It is Kevin Lyon. Welcome tonight. Do you have beer all over your lap?
No, I don't. It's just the beer I have, I'll explain later, has as the widget gimmick. So when you open it, you gotta just pour it out. Now it's looking all right in my glass. I'm ready to celebrate 316 and 317 tonight, brother.
Fantastic. Batting in the 3-hole is the Goodwill Ambassador and the Sultan of Swig at the Baseball Brew Crew. It is Cowboy Jack Durango.
If you happen to live in a country that is being ran by the oligarchs that are running it into the ground, have no fear. Cowboy Jack Durango is proud to bring to you our new service, Cowboy Jack's Illegal Border Smuggling. For the low cost of $7,289.38, our crack squad of coyotes and network of safe houses, thanks for volunteering, Allan, will have you enjoying new gravy and cheese curd centered cuisines in no time. If you act now and use promo code #Don'tLookBack, we will give you half off for one immediate family member. I mean, guys, we're out here changing lives at Cowboy Jack Durango Industries, aren't we? I mean,
Absolutely, sir.
Very discreetly, I might add.
Yes.
very discreetly. We're very discreet.
Of course. And no questions, does.
Yes.
No questions to us.
Of course. And well, Jack, I mean, how did you get into this trade? How did you even know about this? Is this a new endeavor, or is it something you've been doing for generations?
No, this is a new endeavor. This is a Cowboy Jack Durango original because I have a my agent lives in a real crappy third world country, and he called me asking me to help him escape, but there's no way out of Anaheim, so So it got me thinking, I could help people, and here we are.
But you're still not helping me. You're still not helping me, Jack.
You're doing the Lord's work, but the bigger picture is the people that you're helping around the world.
Yeah, and the word hero gets thrown around a lot these days. I mean, don't say it to me. Say it to the kids, Say it to the kids.
Well, I do like the little burrow right there. That's such a nice touch. I mean, all of this is great, and again, these every week you're working harder than the average man.
Some days it's hard, guys. Some days it's hard. Luckily, I've got a really good staff behind me, and I mean, as you can see, the finest, highest graphic design firm in the world on retainer, because I'm coming up with these businesses real fast and discreetly, And
no expense spared.
And I need trade partners that, with no questions, does. So,
Nicely done, Jack. Great as always. My name is Michael Mondragon, your humble host for the festivities this week. We always bring a new and unique craft beer to review and enjoy. So what craft beer are you drinking tonight? Let us know in the chat what you're drinking. And right now I'm going to hand it to Allan. What are you drinking tonight?
For the second time in a month, I'm drinking beer from Daggerrod, which is in Burnaby, British Columbia. The beer is called Bernabarian. It's a Belgian-style session beer. It comes in at 4.6%. The description on the back, it says, great for drinking on a sunny patio or knocking back after a long day's work. This one has been a go-to lately, so this has been my everyday beer. It's delicious.
What is is it the day beer? Is that what it's called? Or table beer?
Table, yeah.
So what distinguishes that?
See, that can is different than the one I have in my hand. So on the can it says Belgian style session beer. So it's just, I guess that is a different can now that I'm looking at it. I don't know. It's kind of like just a light Belgian style beer. Is like I know there's like California table beers. I've had those a few times, but never had one that's Belgian. So I really don't know the difference, to be honest.
Yeah. I was wondering about that. I've seen that before, but I didn't know what the distinction is. Maybe that's something that we should do the research on.
Exactly.
So is the beer name Daggerad?
That's the brewery. It's Daggerad Brewing, and the beer is Bernabarian, and the brewery is out of Burnaby, British Columbia.
Okay. I'm gonna give Daggerad a freebie here. Conan the Bernabarian.
There you go,
guys. Let's go. Printing money. That's a free one, dude. That one's on the house to Daggerad. Should just send some love back our way. Drop off a case of beer at Allan's house. No big deal.
There you go. Michael, I have two questions. Do you remember Conga the Bernabarian?
Yes.
And if you buy two of these, they're going to be called the Bernabarian brothers. You're welcome, Michael.
Oh, that's nice. That's a great
No one else
reference.
gonna know what I'm talking about except for you.
Yes, that was a fantastic reference. I may have to throw that up on the screen, a picture of the Barbarian brothers, and also I'll do the cash machine also for when Jack gives him the money. The money pitch right there. I like that a lot. Very nicely done. Thank you, Allan. Kevin, you were up.
Gentlemen, tonight, I unfortunately have to admit I have a drinking problem. I'm sorry to tell you that because I have two beers, but only one mouth. So what am I supposed to do? It's March 17th. We're recording this. So, of course, we got to celebrate yesterday's Sunday, 3/16/2025 with the newest version of beer. This is the Steve Austin Broken Skull 316 IPA. Previously, the original one is the Steve Austin Broken Skull IPA. And then there's also the Steve Austin's Broken Skull American Lager, all by El Segundo Brewing Company. So luckily, I have notes from Mr. Austin, courtesy of Untapped. So let's see here. Oh, no, but of course my app crashes when I open it. Come on, technology, don't let me down. All right. Last fall, the good folks at Peralt Farms in Yakima Valley invited me to sample their hops during their annual harvest. I was so blown away by them and their hops that inspired me to make a new IPA for you. The hops in this beer were selected by yours truly. I hope you enjoyed this beer as much as I do. Cheers. If you thought my promo sucked, give me a hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. But you know what's good is this beer right here. It's IPA coming in at 7.2%. So definitely my wheelhouse. And there you go. You got the logo there for the hops. And there's Mr. Austin on there. Yeah, the Peralt Farms hop. It's notes of stone fruit, citrus, and berry. And the hops are HBC 638, HBC 586, and Citra. It's a really nice IPA.
What?
It's a nice IPA.
What?
We can do this all night. We don't got all night because I have another beer to talk about.
You do, but first I wanted to make mention of this. You've done something that we have not done in quite a while. Go back-to-back weeks with wrestling-themed beer.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even. Yeah,
I think the last time we did it with Alosta Brewing with the Guerrero beer and there's a Bret Hart beer from Arrowhead.
The best there was, best there is, the best there ever will be, which is interesting because those breweries are literally like 500 feet apart from each other.
Right. Yes.
It's a bummer. They never made that Bret Hart beer again, as far as I'm aware.
Right. Okay, so 316, but you have a 317 beer.
No, it's 317. Oh, sorry. Let me stop doing that, please. Please, the world needs me to stop that. So what I have here, what you saw almost explode earlier, is my original Wexford Irish style cream ale, coming in at 4.8%. Because in England they can't. All right,
England?
Come on. You're not going to find 7.2% IPAs over there in England. You're going to find more likely 4.8 ales everywhere.
What about Ireland?
Yes. Could Ireland have a beer like that?
I didn't go to Ireland, even though this is made in England. This is from Suffolk, England, by a brewery named Green King, who also has a lot of pubs in and around London when I was over there. They have a lot, it's very readily available. And this has the widget gimmick, which you ever had Guinness in a can. It keeps the beer fresh and safe as you pour it out. It's a pretty nice, little refreshing, definitely a different beer than what I had earlier. I'm still going to finish later. But just wanted to celebrate, have something Irish, and it's a nice little beer. And it says there's nitro. I think that's why it has the little gimmick inside, the widget gimmick.
Yeah. I was going to ask, is the nitro, does it keep well in a can? I always wondered about that.
It's actually all right. As I'm having it right now, it tastes fine. And so this is actually based on a traditional Irish recipe from the county Wexford that dates back to 1810. So, for me, 2 weeks ago. We only use the best ingredients to ensure that our Wexford ale has a smooth, mellow creaminess we believe you will enjoy. And I'm enjoying this.
Nice. And this is from Green King Brewing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Out of Suffolk, England. It says Bury St. Edmunds. I'm sure it's Barry and not Barry. B-U-R-Y. I feel like I'm burying myself in this segment, unfortunately.
You say this with such anger.
I'm so angry.
Don't be so hard on yourself, champ.
Okay, it's okay.
Get it,
right.
Hey, man. You gave it your best shot. They can't all be winners, dude. Okay?
Coming from Jack, that means a lot.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah, coming from a hero. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to that word around. But.
Save it for the kids.
My beer tonight is a good one that you may recognize, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Look at this. This is In Good Company, a double dry hopped IPA. It's a collaboration with Everywhere Beer that's in Orange, California, one of our favorites, and Tucson's own Dragoon Brewing Company. Not Mondragon, Dragoon. But yeah, I saw this at Dynamite Beer Company, which is in Cave Creek, Arizona. Cowboy Jack, have you heard of Dynamite Beer?
I think I have a picture of it in my phone of a neon sign that when I was there a little while ago, just roaming around, snapped a picture and I just forgot to send it to you guys. But I bet you I'll if I find it, I'll send it to you guys. But I'm pretty sure
Is this a new place? Because remember, Jack, we went to Cave Creek about 9 months ago.
Yeah, it's across the street from where we were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is the original tap room. There's actually there's two right now, and then they're actually making a second one in Cave Creek. It's going to be more in northern Cave Creek. For those who don't know, Cave Creek is a little bit north of Phoenix, a little bit northwest of Scottsdale. They have craft beer, they have wine, they also have locally sourced food. They have music there, but one of the great things about it is that they have things on tap, but they also have stuff you can take home. So I happen to see this in there. So just for everybody who knows, this is kind of around a place that I actually used to work, and Kevin and I used to meet up after I would go out there. Also out there, I saw some cans of Chapman Crafted Brewing was also there too. So yeah, so they had, really great selections in cans to take home. Yeah, go ahead.
And from looking at this, I think this is actually made by Dragoon. So this is only available in Arizona. I don't think I'd be able to find this everywhere in Orange.
Right.
And Everywhere pretty much is the number one brewery in Orange County. Hopefully.
So this is good news that Everywhere is now getting everywhere. And, so they're actually expanding. So that's great to see. I was really surprised to even see this. There's a lot of other places that have it on Everywhere Beer on tap here. You can only get that here, so definitely go get it while it's still there. I saw on the website that it is no longer available, so you definitely have to make it fast out there.
Have you had anything else with Dragoon before? Because I never really heard of them, and they're from Tucson.
Yes, I actually had one of their IPAs. It was good, but I'm trying to explain how it is. A lot of the beers out here have a really similar taste. They're called West Coast IPAs, but they're not like West Coast like we would have it, like kind of like more sweet. But they're actually more hoppy out here. And Tucson has a really great beer scene. So are you familiar with it, Jack?
I seem to remember talking about it years ago, maybe offhanded with you guys. Mm-hmm. I think they have a really cool building in Tucson, if memory serves. Yeah.
Hopefully they're in downtown, because there's some really cool buildings in downtown. That's where I would assume it would be.
Yeah. Great stuff. Well, guys, we have some more minor league identities in a segment we like to call
Let's Start Right Out. Hey, what happened?
That's right. What happened indeed. Let's do it. This is the 4th week in a row. We've done this for a whole month. We have filled the shows with minor league identities. We're also mixing in some other kind of additions to this, which other classifications of the minor league identities. So this is the Delmarva Shorebirds. They're the single A affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They announced a new identity. That's right. The Delmarva Wild Ponies take the field on Saturday, May 17th to honor the historic wild ponies of Assateague Island. Okay. So this explanation that I'm going to tell you now. It was so long and so complex that I actually asked ChatGPT to condense it to make sense. It was so elaborate. I couldn't even believe it. So,
Michael, one creative to another. There's dangers working with ChatGPT, accuracy, spelling, just so I've been told. So just a heads up, brother.
Yes. Well, I took the original article and had it. Please simplify this for me. This is what I came up with. Okay.
I love it.
Yes. So the wild ponies, numbering around 150, are iconic animals, with legends suggesting they originated from a 16th century shipwreck or were brought over by mainland owners avoiding taxes. Yes.
That would
Kevin.
be me. That would be me.
That would be you. Okay.
Yes,
So you're copying to this. Okay.
I was one of the people fleeing Europe. Yes, sir.
So annually, let's see if I can say this, the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company organizes the pony penning, during which ponies swim from the island for full auctions benefiting the community. You can see, I don't even know what I just said. Okay, so
Salisbury, Maryland.
Yes.
Do they not have the internet? Like, this is what they do for fun? Can we help them out, dude? Can we get a GoFundMe together to get an Xbox or something over there?
You have to buy the merch to help them.
Yes. And I love this. I love this identity so much. This looks so cool. Yeah, I think the colors are great. Everything about it is really cool. What it's all about, I'm still a little sketchy. I could say it again, but I don't think it'll help.
I think we got everything out of there that we could, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Great design on that shirt, dude. On that hat.
Very, very cool. I like it a lot, actually.
And they had, I guess, from what you talked about a few shows ago, they probably had to be really smart with the amount of detail they put in there for the stitching for it to come out that good.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of cool detail in the water and the horses and yeah. It's
and trying to avoid using Cowboy Jack's image like the Texas tailgate.
Oh yeah, when that comes out, we'll be definitely making mention of that for sure. There's royalties coming to Jack.
Yep.
Yep. Hey, the man.
So the hat that I am wearing tonight. That's right. This is the Fredericksburg Nationals. They are the single A affiliate of the Washington Nationals. They announced a new identity. So there's a lot of single A affiliates that are doing these. So which makes it even harder to kind of they're the smallest you can get, right? There's high A.
Is there still such a thing as like the short season? Is that even a thing anymore?
I don't even think there's no short season anymore.
Yeah, because the last one would have been the Northwest League where Allan is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much done. Because back in the day, there'd be the players just got drafted, would go straight to a league and play the summer.
This is the Fredericksburg Frogs. It's an African-American amateur baseball team that emerged in 1919 and became one of Virginia's most competitive black teams, playing until the 1940s. Despite a 25-year-long history and immense popularity in Fredericksburg, little is known about the team today outside of a few mentions in newspaper articles and oral histories. This is a really cool. We should definitely do a deeper dive on this one. Known for their skill and dedication, the Frogs competed against teams in Richmond, Washington, D.C., and even as far away as Buffalo, New York, and Charleston. Now that sounds kind of like, it's probably not that far away. Back then, the travel was much different. It was you just didn't like hop a plane.
Well, and again, you gotta realize if this is like black players, it's even going to be harder. Like it's not like there were even buses really back then,
right?
Because you would see stories about Jackie Robinson and having his issues being on a bus, where it was an issue for decades. And this is like trains are pretty much how you're going to get around back then.
That's right. That's right. And so they occasionally would defeat semi-professional squads like the Homestead Grays.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So a really kind of, I don't even know what to even call them. It's like kind of a mystery team that would come in and beat you.
Yeah.
And despite being unpaid, they played for the love of the game, drawing large integrated crowds at fields like Goldman Park, Fairview Field, and later in fields further out of town, including Sylvania Park, south of the city. So this is another one, keeping history alive, right?
I think we should play a new game. Is Big Hurt gonna order this hat?
Yeah, there you go.
I'd say yes.
I'd say yes.
I do like a different pinwheel.
Yeah,
It's
not a lot of colors, not many hats with that color, and that would have been a great hat to have tonight for the green.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, I'm just loving like everything that they're doing with these identities. It's really super cool. They're super clean, super fun, and definitely paying a lot of history lessons, right? So,
How do we become? You know what we need to do? We just need to become a think tank for these teams. Just we'll throw out a bunch of ideas, man. I mean, obviously, Kevin's the idea man. You're the wheel man. Like you do the mechanics, throw them together. Allan sets up the deals. I'm the wild card.
you're the pitch man. You're gonna pitch it.
Yeah, you gotta be the pitch man.
Seal the deal.
That's just because I have zero technical ability at all. So,
well, that's a skill.
You
into
have
itself.
a chalkboard, and and you're ready to go.
That's it.
It's gonna be like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy.
I was thinking more like Seth Rogen and Moneyball.
There you go. Come back. Making a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
All right. So the St. Paul Saints, the AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins, announced a new identity. So on June 27th, the Saints will lean into the city's history when they become the Crookhaven Ghostly Gangsters. In the late 20s and early 30s, St. Paul became known as Crooks Haven. The city became a place where gangsters, robbers, and bootleggers from all over the Midwest were able to hide out safely from the FBI and run their operations. St. Paul was known as the sanctuary for criminals, and with the help of corrupt politicians and those in power who would turn a blind eye to the gangsters' underground activity. Jack, this sounds like if you were back in those days, you would live here and make a fine wage.
I mean, dude, this is right up my alley, man. By the way, the hat is so cool.
This is why I'm hiding, because I was hiding there back then.
He was the drunk in the speakeasy that they had to roll out at the end of the evening.
Absolutely true.
And it's funny because the Cap logo, if you're familiar with Lowrider magazine, they have kind of like the similar thing, but it had the little mustache. Yes. So the 18th Amendment, which is prohibition, made the manufacture, sale, transport, import, and export of alcoholic beverages illegal. This created a hub in many cities across the country, with St. Paul being one of the focal points of the Midwest. Such notorious gangsters such as John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, Roger the Terrible Toohey, Machine Gun Kelly, Alvin Creepy Karpus, and Kevin Lyon set up shop in areas at the current Washaba Caves, where the Saints held their unveiling on Wednesday, March 12th, which was used as a nightclub and speakeasy. They're really leaning into all this history, and it's surprising to me that they're taking this kind of like what would be bad, and they're really making something really cool out of it. Actually,
we know which hat I'm buying.
The Ghostly Gangsters. Now we go on to the Copa de la Diversión. So for those who don't know, it is the Fun Cup. Okay, it's a season-long event series specifically designed to embrace the culture and values that resonate with most minor league baseball teams, local Hispanic communities. The initiative has 4 key pillars. Is anybody aware of their 4 pillars? It's to increase awareness, authentic engagements, and attendance with U.S. Hispanics for their local communities, to embrace a culture that has a passion for baseball, family and fun by updating the ballpark experience to match these values these fans most cherish. Create and employ culturally relevant on-field personas that authentically connect teams with our local Hispanic communities, and amplify minor league baseball's continuous efforts, including to diversify the game and business of baseball nationwide. So one of the cool side things that they do, which I don't believe has been really promoted enough, is they actually have champions. Okay. Oh. So your team could essentially win the best identity of the year. So who are the champions? Okay.
Well, we are the champions.
We are the campeones. In 2018 and 2019, the Mariachis de Nuevo Mexico, they won in 2018 and 2019. There was no champion in 2020 because of COVID, which makes sense. In 2021, it was the Huepas de Worcester. So can anybody tell me what Huepa is?
It's something to do with fireworks. I'm guessing explosion.
It's more like an expression. It's a Puerto Rican expression of like, hey, that's cool, or, like that.
Huepa!
Huepa! Yes, exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yes. In 2022, it was the Soñadores de Hillsboro. So that's the Hillsboro hops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Hillsboro. It's Soñadores del Hillsboro.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
And then this is the 3-time champions. The Mariachis came back in 2023 and won again, although they have different coloring, as you can see here. And then the San Jose Gangsters.
You know it's a cool logo when all you have to do is change the color and you win again, right? Like,
yes. Did they change affiliation? Is that the reason why?
They're still AAA. I just don't know who they're with. As I actually got to go to Mariachi's game back around 2018. And it was insane. Like literally they were doing a mariachi giveaway, and I had to get there like 2 hours away in order to get in August in New Mexico, where it's like 104 degrees or something like that. And we're staying out there, and it had a little guitar, and you actually get strung the guitar. But it was like sold out, hanging from the rafters. You had mariachi bands. It was a full-on incredible experience. So I definitely say if you're ever in Albuquerque, don't see the Isotopes, go see the mariachis.
Yeah.
Just looked it up as well. They've been a Rockies affiliate since 20.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
The Rockies. Okay.
Yeah. So they just changed colors and they won. They won it again. Go figure.
And then the Churros are the winners right now. That's great. And that's based off of their famous churro cart. They have a churro cart that's like very famous there in the ballpark. So famous that the last time I went, it wasn't open.
And there was a guy that was famously
the churro man, yes.
The churro man. He literally just had a plastic box with the churros in it. You just walk around and I think I saw him once, but when I was there. So the Stockton Ports, the single A affiliate of the Athletics, I have to make that very clear, announced their new Copa identity for the 2025 season. It's the Stockton Cheladas. Stockton has been recognized as one of the most racially and ethnically diverse large cities in the United States, with 45% of its population identifying as Hispanic or Latino. In honor of this vibrant community, the Ports have chosen to celebrate the michelada or chelada, a flavorful and colorful beverage with deep roots in Mexican culture. Has everybody here had a michelada?
Yes.
This morning.
Kevin, within the last 5 hours.
So what is your thought on the chelada? What do you think? Is it something that you would drink regularly or see, that's the thing.
It's a one-off. It's a one-off, like you have it to kind of mix things up from the light beer, just to give it a little bit more flavor. But that's pretty much it for me. Just a one-off.
I would think it's a summer beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I see people getting them like regularly, or going for that for like first. It was exactly like that. It was like I guess it is for like the lighter beer. I guess that's probably why, because I like the hoppier beers and I like the taste of beer. Mm-hmm. So it's like that. It's probably too overpowering. Plus, it's like it's a lot to drink. It's like the sours. I think it's like you don't drink a lot of sours, kind of messing with your stomach and digestive stuff.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's gotten big enough now where in the last decade you can go to your local liquor store and get like Budweiser with Clamato inside. You're almost getting Michelada in a can nowadays. Like that's how big it got to where big, Big Brother is like, hey, you can make some cash off these guys, Or you can go to Dodger Stadium and get a $25 Michelada.
25? 20? I don't think it's way more now.
It's 35 now, probably.
I was going off Rio Tani sign.
Do you think it's more of a West Coast thing as well? Do you ever see it anywhere else besides like California?
Mexico.
Fair enough, sir.
All over Arizona. All over Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, Arizona. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a time in my life where I would have a spicy Clamato every morning. I dig the tomato juice.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's going to be more, an area that's going to have a Hispanic population. But, then again, we had, what was the team that won? Worcester? How many enchiladas can I get in Worcester? Worcester, Massachusetts, back in the womb. Right.
And so Stockton also has the asparagus. So you can have the fried asparagus and the enchilada.
That's going to be good. That's a great hat. Is the Big Hurt going to buy that hat?
I vote yes.
Yeah, it's different colors. So
I do like the colors.
Yeah.
I would consider that one too. Just have another beer. I'd have a beer hat,
Correct. And that too.
So the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, the high A affiliate of the San Diego Padres, have actually updated their previous Copa identity. This was the one from before. Yes. So this is a green and red that they did. A very vibrant Manzanas Luchadores de Fort Wayne. That's right. The Fighting Apples, right? So they updated it. Yes. New season, new style. Wow. What are we thinking of this one?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a definite buy for Allan. That's one that he's slowly on his Googling it right now. That's a great hat, man.
Yeah, just the color, everything it's just perfect.
Yeah, this would have been a nice one for St. Patrick's Day as well. That vibrant green.
Yep.
So cool. I mean, the color combinations, the logo, super cool.
And you got where it says crisp new design, much like my manzana. Manzana is supposed to be a crisp.
That's right. So the Manzanas will actually debut their new style on Friday, May 16th, when they host the Detroit Tigers affiliated West Michigan Whitecaps, who will be playing as the Las Calaveras, the Skulls, is it Sugar Skulls? Is that what it is? Calaveras?
The Las Calaveras? Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
There you go. So it's actually, I believe when I was in Round Rock, Round Rock played Des Moines. They were the Demonios. So that was the two Copa teams playing against each other. And it was a Sunday afternoon, and they had to wear these really dark uniforms. I felt horrible for them. It's it just was the worst. These would be great because at least they'd be cool and everything. They look like softball uniforms. I was like, I felt so bad for them.
Most of these new identities, they do them on sublimated jerseys. So it's not a whole lot of twill and adding weight to them, like tackle twill, adding thickness and weight. So they're usually very light. Plus they're cheaper to buy. And so they usually auction them off at the end of the season.
Yeah. That would make sense. Yeah. And go ahead.
I need to add, because you mentioned West Michigan Whitecaps, we need to mention, because we are the Baseball Brew Crew, their famous alternate identity, the Beer City Bunghammers.
That's right.
We need to get some love to that as well.
Yes, that's a great one that we always
That's how we all learn what a bunghole actually is.
Kevin's working blue tonight. He's really pushing the limits.
Giving historical facts.
Clean it up, Kevin. Church it up a little bit.
You need to preface this or say it afterwards for YouTube's terms of service of what you're talking about.
I was trying to explain it, and you're telling me,
No, I'm just kidding. So the Winston-Salem Dash is back. That's right. You may remember when the Dash became the Winston-Salem Hooch Pooches. So that was a drinking identity. Well, they have one now that is a smoking identity. That's right. It's the Humo, the Winston-Salem. That's right. El Humo translates to the smoke, a nod to the iconic brick smokestacks that put Winston-Salem on the map thanks to RJ Reynolds. Today, Winston-Salem's evolution into the city of arts and innovation highlights the thriving Hispanic and Latin-owned businesses that fuel the community's entrepreneurial spirit. I think this one is super cool. I like this one. I mean, it's like it definitely leans into, something that I didn't even know was there.
It's a good job to take care of the local identity. And who knew RJ Reynolds, the old baseball player on the Pirates, was an entrepreneur, Michael Mondragon?
Yes, exactly.
Only you would know that quickly.
Yeah, of course. It's the 80s. I'm not talking the 1880s. I mean the 1980s, sir.
Allan,
I might have been in a class action lawsuit against RJ Reynolds.
Allan, are you going to get this whole kit? I mean, like this is
This one's probably going to be a pass for me. It's just
really?
It's cool jersey and all. The hat it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
But
so
overall, it's good colors, but
I like the colors a lot, and I'm wondering how they came to that color combination as well.
Yeah, I'm curious how they come to most of these color combinations.
Well, I mean, you have the red bricks, the red smokestack. They're using why the smokestacks bricks. I'm not sure why that is. You're supposed to be like chimneys. I mean, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
As our distinguished host said earlier, they're on there to represent the famous brick smokestacks.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sir.
That made Winston-Salem or put Winston-Salem on the map.
All right.
I threw him with the RJ Reynolds.
Yeah,
that was it.
He did. I threw RJ Reynolds in my brain.
You focus on that.
You got his Rain Man working with that.
All I heard was RJ Reynolds, and then my brain turned up. Went
all good.
haywire.
It's all good.
So I dig the original Winston-Salem hat, dude. That's a
the dash.
Hat.
No,
the
dash.
This guy.
Yeah.
This is gangster.
Yeah.
It's understated, but it's still very cool.
Yes.
Yeah. The coloring. Yeah. Good simple coloring on that.
All right.
Again.
That's right. That's
We're
right.
back to the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
I mean, I said these things are coming fast and furious. We just had last week, right? So the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers are back, the high A affiliate for the Milwaukee Brewers. We saw it last week. That's right. They were the Wisconsin Frozen Pizzas, which we all loved and adored. Well, for Copa, they just came out with one. Did this come out today or yesterday? Or no, it had to come out today.
I probably sent it to you this morning. So yeah.
Okay. So the Granjeros de Wisconsin. And this is actually a update as well. They're the Spanish word for farmers. They will continue the Timber Rattlers celebration of dairy farmers and the dairy industry in America's dairyland that started with the Udder Tuggers in 2019. So this is actually just an update of that as well. They will actually replace, let's see if I can say this one, Cascabeles de Wisconsin as the Rattlers' identity in the Copa starting this season. So, I mean, Allan.
Oh, that one on the right.
Oh, yeah.
Allan.
That's really unique hat. That's really
And it's got the pin as well.
Yeah, the one on the right is probably a go-to. The one on the left it's fine, but it's nothing compared to that one on the right.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe to complete Mr. Allan Jepsen's hat collection.
Please,
we should. Why? What's it gonna hurt? Why not?
I mean, I love all these color combinations are so unique as well. I'm trying to think of like the Cannonballer, right? Or I think it was like it's kind of like similar to what they kind of do. It's maybe a little bit darker, but again, I just love that they just went inside of it. The Udder Tuggers was great by itself.
No, this is brilliant.
Oh, you're just gonna get one, Allan. Although I'm sure like with the one with the pin, that's at least $45 right there, right?
Probably 55-ish, and so with exchange, I'm looking at 90 to 100.
Goodness. Oh, that's right. I forgot about you have the exchange rate. Oh no.
And he has to pay extra for shipping, unless he has Do you have a gimmick like a U.S. PO box?
These aren't made in the U.S. Who are you kidding?
No, I said to get shipped to the U.S. instead of Canada is what I mean.
As long as it's not made in the U.S., there's no tariff.
All right.
Yeah. I went. It's not to bring up politics, but does the tariffs does this affect this as well?
I don't know. It's on again, off again. Who knows?
No, I just figured stuff getting shipped to Canada is going to cost you like what, $50 extra Canadian?
Yeah, I never ship anything across the border if I can, just because it's free shipping within the U.S.
I mean, when I had to ship something to Allan, it was actually I was like, I had sticker shock. I was like, I go, what? I go, it's I'm literally just shipping this little box. It was like, it was quite expensive. I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just thought of a new idea for a new add-on bonus idea to put with Cowboy Jack's illegal border smuggling. Nice.
Throw some hat boxes in there.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
I think every person gets smuggled across. If they wear how many hats they wear on their head, each hat you get a little bit of a discount.
I could have an illegal hat pipeline straight into Canada, dude.
There we go. We're set.
I think you've teased the new promo. All right. So we were talking about the isotopes before. They have a alternate identity that pays homage to the origin of Albuquerque's name and rich cultural history found in the heart of the 505. The Duke City 505. You can actually get a pack of this, which guarantees box level tickets to each of the 5 City Roots games. So this is a City Roots identity. So they're actually doing identities that are specifically around the city itself. I know that Kevin probably knows this, but guys, do you know where Duke City comes from?
I do not.
I'm hoping, that I'm right on this one. They were the Albuquerque Dukes before they were the Isotopes.
Yes.
I don't know why it was Dukes. I mean, we might have to. There might be some historical.
I know. And you hashtag to the research.
Yeah, so definitely look that up. And while you look that up, I'll talk about this. So for $123, you get to go to the games. You get a 505 logo magnet, and so you can go to these games. Allan, let's see if you know this. So see the little symbol in the zero out there, the 505. Mm-hmm. What is that called? It's actually, there's a name for that symbol.
Oh, I don't know. Is it in New Mexico where you can get to the 4 states in one location?
That is a very good guess. The 4 corners. It doesn't have to do with that. It's actually on the actual state flag, Cowboy Jack.
Yeah, that is New Mexico state flag. Yes.
Oh well, the logo in the middle of the zero. That's the state of New Mexico. I mean,
yes, but there's
nailed it. Nailed it.
You had a one-handed dunk right there. That is nice.
I'm just showing off at this point, dude.
But the actual symbol has a name. Jack, do you know the name of the symbol?
No, I lived in New Mexico for many years, and I do not know the name of that symbol.
So if you've been to places in Arizona looking for music, if you've looked for music in Tucson, Arizona, also they have one in Vegas. There's a Zia Records, and it's called a Zia, Z-I-A.
Okay. All right.
There you go. So that's how I found out what a Zia was. Working for Zia Records.
All right. Let me give you a history lesson.
Okay.
So it's generally believed that the city of Albuquerque was named in honor of Don Francisco Fernandez de la Cueva, the Viceroy of New Spain from 1653 to 1660. An old friend of mine. One of his aristocratic titles was the Duke of Albuquerque, referring to the Spanish town of Albuquerque. Thus, the moniker Dukes commemorated the original Duke of Albuquerque. And if you ever see the original logo for the Albuquerque Dukes, it is a guy who looks like,
That's right. The Conquistador, right?
Maybe you can put that logo in post.
Yes. And I will wear the hat next week.
There you go. And I have a shirt too, because they're still an Albuquerque Dukes store. They were a Dodger affiliate for decades, I believe. And then they became the Isotopes. And someone got the rights to the Duke. It has a store and a website that you can buy them at. I believe it's abqdukes.com.
Mm-hmm. And do you know how they acquired that? Someone let the trademark go, or they just didn't renew it, and someone picked it up and just started making merchandise off of it. And it's one of the coolest logos ever, and it's a good logo. And great identity from the 80s, 70s, and 80s.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me there's a Duke City hat. That's got my name written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, that looks. You gonna replace the Compton hat with the Duke City hat?
I'll throw it in the rotation, dude.
Along with your WS, you need your WS hat.
WS hat. Yeah, I'm starting to rack up some dollars here. You're suckering me in.
Okay, well, if you like that one, well, maybe you can do what Albuquerque did in 2017. There's the hat right there. That's perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
They have Duke City shirts though.
Okay. It's a Duke City hit. So you have to do the 505. But you may want to get some. I don't know if they have this still around. This was 2017, where they were the Albuquerque green chili cheeseburgers.
And that's controversial because you have to pick up. You have red and green chili is definitely a heated thing if you're ever in Albuquerque.
Not on a burger. Not on a burger.
No, on the burger, yes. I'm just saying. Otherwise, I'm like usually. Ooh, you gotta be careful with what chili you pick.
Not in Hatch Country, man. Not in Hatch Country.
All right.
Allan, have you been to Albuquerque?
I have not yet.
Are you a big fan of spicy food, spicy Mexican food?
I am not. I am very white.
Oh, honestly, I think if we were to go, you might be converted because, and Jack, you've been there, correct?
Oh yeah.
So Tucson is very similar in that. In fact, it's funny. I should put this picture up too. I took a picture. It said like the best Mexican food anywhere. And it's because of something about the chilies. Tucson has great Mexican food, but I think, in my personal opinion, it pales in comparison to New Mexico. The Mexican food there is so good because of the chilies. Yeah. There's a lot of beers that have the chilies, but they also, one of the things that I found there that was really good was the cucumber margaritas that they have there. Oh. And instead of tortillas, you get sopapillas with your meal. So it's almost like a dessert, like in replacement of tortillas there.
I love it when you talk dirty to me, Michael.
So there's so many great Mexican food places. I can't even imagine. My girlfriend's family actually runs a Mexican food restaurant there. And one day we plan to, for her work, plan to live there for a short time. Guys, I plan to put on 50 pounds of Mexican food weight.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It might be the first week as well.
But now hold on. I've got a solution, sir.
Sure.
Down in Tucson, and this is a little hashtag future do the research. There's a local brewery that every Sunday does a Pilates and pint class where you go in, you do an hour of Pilates, and then you get a free pint. So if you live down there, you could balance it out and have beer, dude.
I like that.
Yeah.
That.
I've seen yoga and beer places, but not Pilates. I got to do the Pilates. Ready.
I don't know. I still can't work out in my mind how people work out and just like, okay, now I'm going to go have a beer.
I mean,
yeah.
If there's beer there, I'm going to go straight to that.
Yeah,
I doubt I'm going to work out.
Michael, we're called alcoholics.
Oh, gotcha.
I remember Jack was talking about this fancy gym that he lived by. It's a beautiful gym. And also he goes, yeah, and then there's a bar. And I'm like, what? I wouldn't leave the bar.
Church music on tap, dude.
Oh, wow. See, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be doing my 16-ounce curls.
There you go.
Right.
Dude, that green chili cheeseburger shirt is off the chain cool.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and this was quite a long time ago. I wonder if there's any of them floating around. What's your Allan? What's your best food related identity that you bought?
Well, I'm gonna have to say my own custom hat that I did years ago. That was the Holly Park poutines.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I created my own poutine hat years ago, and I'll wear it next week.
Okay.
But I actually had the green chilies hat at one point while I was attempting to collect all food-related hats. It was tough. Go ahead.
Is your Scat Dogs hat in the mail yet?
Not yet. No. Soon. I'm trying to think of what the best one. I mean, I liked the original food-related hat, which was the Fresno Grizzlies, who did the tacos.
Yes.
Fresno Tacos was one of the better ones. And they did multiple colorways over the years. Now I think Fresno is independent ball, isn't it? Weren't they AAA?
They moved down to the single A. They're in the low A California league because your league is now high A and stole my affiliation.
Right. I went there. I went there when it was AAA. And one of the great things about and it's a beautiful stadium, and they were actually mad about the relegation of where they league they had to play in. It totally sucks because it's a really nice stadium too, and there's a great brewery right behind there, and in right field. And so in right field, they also have a place that you can get food and drinks out there. It's called Oppo Taco.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is a great name for a place, and it's the Fresno Taco.
Yeah, I think they were one of the first ones to really do theme nights, because I remember at one point they did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles jersey and did different colors for different players and stuff like that. And the hats were different colors, like the F logo, but it was a purple and it was blue. And then, they did the tacos and the taco trucks. And I think they were one of the first big ones, and they really lost out when the condensing of the leagues happened.
And the reason we talk about these identities so much is just because this is more or less where most of these minor league teams are making their money. You know what I mean? Merchandise is like so crucial to them surviving and thriving in minor league baseball, because they don't want to get relegated. They're not getting much help from the major league level, unfortunately. So they got to do their gimmicks, brother. They're workers. They're workers like us. Right.
I don't think I would have. This hat, I wouldn't have bought their other hats. Yeah. I had to get this one. It was like so cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, you've lost me to the ABQ Duke site.
Oh yeah. I have a shirt. That's all I got. But there's some other great merchandise in there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I can just hear that credit card swiping, just ching, ching, ching.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'm gonna wear all my Duke stuff. I'll wear it next. I have the jersey and then I have the hat. I don't think I've worn it since like one of the first shows that we did.
Yeah, I know. I've worn the short shirt somewhat recently. I thought, because I do have a shirt that I believe was given to me by you.
Yes. That's right.
Dude, Michael Mondragon's going to be a smoke show next month.
Yep, that's right.
Hey.
Hey,
well, if you like our show, you like what we're doing, go to X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. This show went super fast, as always. Guys, it's always a great time. Do we have anything that we're going to plug? Jack, where are you going to be?
Just palling around with the fam, dude. That's it. I've been on the road a lot lately, so I need a little bit of time to get life in order, hang out with some friends that I've been neglecting, and just good quality time with the fam. So
sweet.
Yeah, and that just puts some positivity out there in the world, everybody.
Allan, where are you going to be? Are you prepping for your trip coming up?
Back on the ball field this weekend. We're getting outside and we're getting some practices in before the season starts in April. So it's going to be a sore next Monday. We'll say that.
Kevin, are you going to do the opposite of what Allan's doing?
I'm definitely not going any fields. That's for sure. If I'm going to go on the field, it's going to be me holding a beer like this in one hand and going to maybe Allan, you're out of the game. Let's get someone else in there. You're sore. Rest up on the bench. Cowboy Jack, get out there. And then Jack's going to run out there barefoot and be like an amazing player somehow.
So
this is a low-key weekend for me, sir.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So
which I need after last weekend.
Yes. And I also want to make mention before we leave, we actually started, our third year of the Baseball Brew Crew Fantasy Baseball League.
I think it's the fourth.
It might be the fourth. Yes. And I think it's a third branded of ours, of our league. But
Cowboy Jack Durango, our first winner.
That's right. That's right. So we have the matchups right here. It is me versus Allan in week 1. Kevin versus Cowboy Jack. Also, look at that.
You would think he's committing harakiri. He knows he's going to lose to me, so that's why he did that.
So some big week 1 matchups. I'm sure we'll come back and have some bragging rights for Allan Jepsen, for Kevin Lyon, Cowboy Jack. I'm Michael Mondragon. We'll see you next week with another Baseball Brew Crew podcast. Good night, everyone.